Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Michael Pina Senior Show, episode number 125, here on March 5th, 2019. I'm your host, Michael Pina Sr. Listen, Muhammad Ali said, "Service to others is a rent you pay for your room here on earth." And we're going to be talking about that because I got a great message to me, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. And that was from Leo. Leo, I appreciate that. UPS driver in Minnesota. And, we're going to talk about Leo a little bit further along here because I'm going to tell you some of the adjustments I'm going to make because of what Leo sent into me. All right. But listen, I always start out talking about the budget. And, you got to make sure that you're taking care of your budget. Go to Pina Financial Coaching. That's Pina Financial Coaching on Facebook. I'm going to continue to ask budgetary questions on there. So that's going to be kind of my budget outlet. And I really want to be able to get people involved. I mean, if there's something you want to talk about, let's talk about it. Let's get in a conversation. Other people can join in and we can work out things together. Because I tell you something right now, when you can keep a good budget, everything else flows in your financial life. And, you're prepared for the unforeseeable things that you're not ready for, you're actually prepared for if you keep a good budget. So make sure you go to Peanut Financial Coaching on Facebook, and you can see me there. Also, anybody that wants to, friend me at Michael Pina, do that. And, I always put information up on my regular Facebook page too. So one of the things that Leo said, I thank Leo. I mean, he wrote in and gave me some fantastic advice. And I love it. And this is what we need to do. This is what I'm saying, like with the Muhammad Ali quote. I mean, we need to help each other. This is what we do. This is how we get better in life. You don't sit there and take criticism or, corrective criticism and say, well, I could do it better than that, because I'm sick and tired of people that are like that. All right? I mean, if you're going to be a player on my team, you've got to take corrective criticism. And I got to take corrective criticism. And Leo sent me some good stuff, and I hope to implement as much stuff as I can. This is what I want. He asked me for some advice. I'm hoping to be able to do a good show for Leo coming up. But the thing is, if there's something you want me to talk about, if there's something you think I can change, please let me know. Let's help each other out. My point, my side for you is hopefully I'm teaching you some financial stuff. I'm giving you some financial advice. You to me, I'm not, savvy in this digital age still. I'm still trying to do my best. I'm really working hard at everything that I do. But, hard work doesn't mean anything if you're just ignorant to what it is that you're working on. So, I need that advice. I need the help. And I say it all the time. If anybody wants to trade a little bit with me, I will give you my services if you can help me on the other side. That might be a videographer. It might be some other, web information and everything like that. But just some of the things that Leo had recommended or he asked me about. Leo is in baby step 2, and he's just about to pay off his final debt this month, which I think is, it's fantastic. It's just a freedom that you just don't feel until you're out of debt. I mean, somebody like myself, I've been in debt my whole life, I feel like. I mean, we're selling our house and we're looking forward to paying cash for our next house. So I will be 100% debt free, including my house. And I mean, it's just, I always like to say some little stories about myself. And I was just saying this to my wife. I used to put so much time and energy into avoiding the bill collectors. I'm making deals with the bill collectors, trying to keep track of all the deals that I was making. And it was just mind-boggling. And I would get out of debt and I'd go right back into debt again. But never again. All right? You don't want to go into debt. Your biggest wealth building tool is your income. You don't want your income going to anybody but to you and to your family. All right? And that brings me up to what Leo was saying. He's going to be out of debt, which I think is unbelievable. Don't forget about baby step 3. This is where you get excited. I mean, it's exhilarating to be out of debt. Exhilarating. But you can't forget baby step 3. That's a fully funded emergency fund. And as a UPS driver, I mean, there's no reason why you can't have a fully funded emergency fund. And for you as a UPS driver and anybody working for UPS, I mean, that's guaranteed work. So, a fully funded emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of your expenses. I would lean towards 3 months if I'm a UPS driver because you're guaranteed work. You're not going to get laid off. You're not going to quit. You're not going to get fired. So having a 3-month emergency fund, I feel comfortable with, and that's what you should feel comfortable with too. So in other words, if your expenses, not your salary, your expenses, if your expenses, and if you've been doing a budget, you should know what your expenses are. Your expenses should be, I'm going to guess, let's say approximately $5,000 a month. Maybe it's less. Let's times it by 3. So to me, if you're a UPS driver, if your expenses are $5,000 a month, a fully funded emergency fund, I'd be comfortable at $15,000. Remember, that's your insurance. That isn't money to make money on. That's insurance. So when shit goes wrong and you don't have to worry about it. I can't tell you. I mean, I keep on bouncing in and out of my baby steps because I keep on hitting these emergencies. My motor was ready to go on my truck. And my mechanic said, you could keep on driving it, but the motor's going to completely seize up. I mean, I had a problem, and I trust my mechanic. I love him. Bob Mays Auto and Tire. I got him on, I recommend him to everybody. But anyway, he said it's $880 for plugs and coils. And, I got an old truck. It's a 20-year-old truck. So I had it in my emergency fund. It hurts. It hurts to take money out of your emergency fund because it feels like you work so hard to get that money in there. But you know what? I said to my wife, we got the money in the emergency fund. Let's just do it. Get it done. I don't want to be on the side of the road somewhere and worrying about it then. So you know what? He told me about it. I called him up the next day, scheduled it, got it in, paid cash out of my emergency fund. Now I got to rebuild my emergency fund. That's the thing you can't forget. Once you use money out of that emergency fund, you got to rebuild it. But the reason why I'm bringing up that is because Leo was asking me questions about baby step 4, which is 15% of your household income going towards retirement. And working at UPS, and I did have a show on podbean.com. I don't know why. That's just not working out for me. I mean, I just renewed it. I got 9 followers. It's Podbean, PODBEAN.com. And then you can find me at the Michael Pina Senior Show podcast. So I'm going to leave it up there for a little while longer, but if it's not, I'm going to leave it there for a couple more months. I don't get any traction on it, I'm going to pull it down. But anyway, on podbean.com, I did a show on UPS 401k and exactly what I have my investments in. So what I'm going to do this Sunday night on my live show, I'm going to go over exactly what I did on podbean.com, talking about my investments, how I've got them split up in my 401k, and why I like index mutual funds. And that's what we have in our 401k. So I like index funds. They're Warren Buffett philosophy, and I do believe in them. And do yourself a little bit of homework. I try to recommend to everybody to do as much reading as you can. But, you've got to educate yourself. Please, please, please educate yourself before you start putting money in. And I hope by watching me, I help you out in some of that education. All right. So I don't want to give away my whole show for this Sunday night. I got trouble enough preparing, I think, sometimes. But this Sunday night, I'm going to be talking about the UPS 401k and exactly what I have my investments in, how I have them split up, and how much percentage-wise you should put in each investment. Okay? But I'm telling you right now, do not forget about baby step 3. I can't tell you. I mean, a year ago, a hot water heater went at this time. Thank God I got the emergency fund. I just say, call them up. Let's get it done. All right, and that's what you can do when you've got a strong financial plan and you've got the baby steps done correctly. So don't forget about baby step 3. It's going to be baby step 4 conversation this Sunday night at 8 p.m. Catch me live. I'm doing my best. I'm going to try to bring that show as far as I can bring it, and hopefully you can help me out with it. And if you got some kind of recommendations, you can actually comment below the show. All right, and I'm trying to get the notifications right so I can follow it right and I can answer your questions. You can email me at coachp2210@yahoo.com, or you can message me like Leo did on Facebook at Pina Financial Coaching. And I love it how Leo told me about the closed caption. I don't know. I try to do the closed caption. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I hope it does, so you can actually see it. And I'm gonna do some other things that he recommended. Thank you very much. I appreciate any kind of recommendations, because that's what we're here for. This is our community. He lives out in Minnesota. I'm here in Brockton, Mass. And guess what? We're helping each other become successful. And I hope, as a UPS driver, I'm telling you right now, as a UPS driver, if you follow my plan, and I'll guarantee you this, 15 years you'll be a millionaire. Maybe less if you do the right things, but I'll guarantee you 15 years you'll have your home paid off, all right? And if you don't own a home, I'm going to help you buy a home, all right? And it'll be paid off in 15 years. Number two, you'll be putting 15% of your household income into retirement. And you know what? Oh, by the way, we get a pension at UPS. So that doesn't even include in this. That's going to be some of the frosting on top of this cake. All right. So that's what I got for you. And now I got to improve what I do so I can bring my message to you in a clearer fashion. And I'm trying to do that for you. So keep on messaging me. Keep on telling me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Give me some ideas. I love it. I love it. That's how we do it together as a community. And that's what I'm trying to build. I don't have that many subscribers. I don't have that many people watching. If you're one of those people watching, help me, because I want to help you. And you know what I say. I want to win. I want to help you win. Let's win together.